Hi, everyone. Happy Monday. It is less than 2 weeks until Pesach begins, and for those of us who are hosting a Seder, it's time to get serious about planning. There are so many wonderful Haggadot out there. Here are a few of my favorites. The Reform Movement published a new one this year. There's just a ton of great material. We hope you'll consider joining us on Sunday the 28th for our virtual second night Seder. But in any case, it's great to have supplements and prompts for conversations for either your Seder table or for conversations to have throughout the holiday. We'll be sending out some of our favorite resources in the coming days. And I also want to bring your attention to a website called Haggadot.com. Haggadot.com has a wealth of materials, supplements, prayers, conversation starters, exercises, entire Haggadot that you can download if you'd like to use them. And I want to share one piece that I found on that site, Haggadot.com. In 1865, Colonel P.H. Anderson of Big Spring, Tennessee, wrote to his former slave, Jordan Anderson. Jordan had been emancipated, and Colonel Anderson wrote to him requesting that he come back to work on his farm. He had the gall to make that request, and I want to share with you excerpts from Jordan's response. Sir, I got your letter, and was glad to know that you had not forgotten Jordan, and that you wanted me to come back and live with you again, promising to do better for me than anybody else can. I want to know particularly what the good chance is that you propose to give me. I am doing tolerably well here. I get $25 a month with victuals and clothing, have a comfortable home for Mandy, the folks call her Mrs. Anderson, and for the children. They go to school and they're learning well. As to my freedom, which you say I can have, there is nothing to be gained on that score, as I got my free papers in 1864. From the Provost Marshal General of the Department of Nashville. Mandy says she would be afraid to go back without some proof that you were disposed to treat us justly and kindly. And we have concluded to test your sincerity by asking you to send us our wages for the time we served you. This will make us forget and forgive old scores and rely on your justice and friendship in the future. He then requests around $11,000 and explains his calculations and how he came to that very reasonable number. And he continues, we trust the good Maker has opened your eyes to the wrongs which you and your fathers have done to me and my fathers in making us toil for you for generations without recompense. In answering this letter, please state if there would be any safety for my Millie and Jane, who are now grown up. I would rather stay here and starve and die, if it comes to that, than have my girls brought to shame. The great desire of my life now is to give my children an education and have them form virtuous habits. Say howdy to George Carter and thank him for taking the pistol from you when you were shooting at me. From your old servant, Jordan Anderson. A little bit of food for thought as we think about freedom, liberation, trauma, recovery, dignity, our shared humanity, and the better future that Pesach calls us to bring.